but it works so good, right?
Yeah. Alright guys, so this is my first video with Mateus. It has been a long time I wanted to introduce him for the YouTube channel as well for Twitter, and now we are ahead of the Alpha Lions Academy. We also do some other instances of business together in Athens, in Greece, and I'm inviting him for this friendly talk, just me and him right here, so that he will share a bit of his experience in the real estate market in Greece, which he has been here for a while, and he knows a lot about the rental market, especially. It's his top deal here. So I would ask you a few questions, and perhaps you can introduce yourself to our friends right there.
So hello guys. So this video it's about renting in Athens, as this is the first one of the new, hopefully. So about my experience here, basically I'm a member of one international association called Erasmus Life Athens, which helps students and not only students with life in Athens. And one of the important aspects for all foreigners is to have apartment. So it's the first step to in the journey in the new city, new country. So basically there is a department in ELA housing in Erasmus Life Athens, which is the housing department.
ELA.
ELA, yeah. Yes. Basically the ELA is a Greek name saying let's go, let's do something. So we call it ELA housing.
Yeah, that's very nice. So perhaps you can tell what is your target group here and what are the main type of individuals that are utilizing the service of the ELA housing, and perhaps to give us nationality, some facts about those people, and what are these people doing in Athens?
Yeah, so the name might say that it's only targeting the exchange students, which are from Erasmus program, but
just a second, some people that are watching us right now, they don't know what Erasmus is. I'm just interrupting for a second to say that's the international program for students that study abroad in the Union European Community. Just
yeah,
because many of them, they don't know what is Erasmus.
Basically, it's a European project got created with the support from European Union, which includes one of the aspects is the studying. But there is internship and studying, and for basically these both options, people come abroad for studying or work. So you asked about the target group, right?
Yeah, target group, yeah.
Okay, so as the goal was, at the beginning we have focused about Erasmus students or people who are doing internship, but it has changed just because there are a lot of foreigners in Athens who are people who work here, and there is a huge company called Teleperformance, which basically there are 3 or 4 different teleperformance companies. Basically they are doing the call center jobs, and they have like thousands of workers. So another group is the people who basically work here and they just come to Athens. Then there are students, and yeah, I would say that it's a mix of international people. What is common is the age. They are between 19 till 27, 8 years old.
Yeah.
They are from Europe mostly, but we have also people from United States, Canada, like people totally Australia, just because Greece is a paradise.
This is becoming a very big trend right now. Everybody knows about this, and so maybe you can also describe how long these people are staying, because that's also an interesting point of view for the housing, the rental market especially.
So we are right now talking mostly like how to build a strategy for renting. I think that's your question.
We can go to
we
this
can
stuff.
connect it. So when you have property, what to do with apartment?
Yeah, exactly. Basically.
So what we do, we focus about 5 or 10 months renting, because most of people stay for this period of time.
Yeah.
But we are not involved in 2-3 months renting. Like for us, 2 months is the minimum just to start.
Yeah.
If it's shorter period, there are another platforms which maybe I will not mention the names, but everybody knows. It's like really short-term period of renting, and you book for 1 week, for 1 month over there.
Until you find usually a permanent accommodation.
It's like really like it's more expensive one because it's a really shorter period, and it's mostly for tourists. We are not targeting tourists. We target people who want to live here.
Yeah, expats.
Expats and some Greeks as well, because we have to remember that basically in every country real estate renting is a problem. Everybody needs accommodation, so it might be also person who live here forever.
Yeah.
And about the renting period, right?
Yeah. Renting period. How long? To make a long story short.
We divide year in three parts. Tourist, so June, July, August, September. And this is when we recommend to focus about tourists, so you have these short-term platforms which you can use it, and it's not through ELA Housing. ELA Housing focus from beginning of September until middle of February or the beginning of February to have these 5 months renting.
Yeah.
And then people can extend it until the end of June, because the priority of the foreigners, they will stay for 5 or 10 months. So September, June, and then we recommend owners to switch into the short-term renting for 1 week, 2 days, 5 days.
For the tourists.
For the tourists,
Yeah, so you can...
which we have a paradise here in Greece,
Exactly.
and we have to remember that it's one of the toppest travel destinations in Europe.
And it's growing exponentially.
And it's growing so much, even after big problems with the COVID restrictions. Now we are having boom about that.
Yeah. So another thing that it's interesting for investors, even for the students that might watch this video, is how much is the average price for a room here in Athens? How much does the average student will pay for a room?
So question seems to be quite easy to answer, but I would
Of course, it's dynamic, as one area might be much more expensive than the other, but let's make this kind of
more simple.
generically.
I just want to make introduction that recently we have seen a big
Increased.
change of the prices due to world inflation. So I would say that right now one room is gonna be 280 to even 400 euro
So,
per month.
Of course, depending
Per
on the
room-
condition.
Per room, it depends how many rooms are in the apartment, because we call it, I say about share room apartment.
Yeah.
So 280 for 100 area, and how is the renovation?
Yeah.
But I would mostly go how many rooms in apartment, that's the most important, area, and the standard.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then studio, it's gonna be between 350, 450, but even 500.
Yeah, we see that.
Like
In the-
sometimes there are no limits.
I see. I'm here in Greece for 1 year, and I experienced this myself. The prices are just growing exponentially up, and that's the trending for the next years. We agreed on that. So
And here we should also mention the bills, because and now about talking about the bills also we should divide. Water, it's not something what the owner should be worried.
yeah,
Water, administrative cost of the building,
yeah, that's
they are pretty low, and gas is pretty low. What is the biggest problem for the owners is the electricity
yeah, that's
bills.
everywhere in Europe now.
So right now electricity bills is something what makes worry the owners, and I would say, let me think, because I provided the prices, and it depends. It might be with some bills included, but with the limits
Yeah, yeah.
to be safe.
So that's a
Like
question.
how we suggest the owners to do it is to put the limit, include the bills, but with the limit.
Yeah,
Let's say that a room is gonna be 320 euro, and you have, let's say, 4 rooms, but the bills for all apartment is 100 euro maximum. So tenants have to take care about the bills, not to overprice, to make over cost for the owners, and the owners will be safe.
Yeah. So the owner
And it's fair for the owners and it's fair for the tenants because
basically doing a very well established contract, both parts can be protected and be sure that nobody's going to be overpriced or the other way around.
yes, and especially that you have the air conditioning, it really uses a lot, so the electricity bills are expensive.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So now a last question here. I would say, why do people use ELA housing? What's the benefit that me, either as an owner or as a student or an international worker looking for accommodation, why should I get it through ELA housing?
So talking about ELA housing, from the tenant perspective, imagine that you are abroad, and you are abroad, right?
I don't have to imagine.
We are from outside of Greece,
Yeah.
so we need accommodation. But to have accommodation, you have to book it before. That's usually what priority people do it.
Yeah.
I am more relaxed to have apartment booked and just to come to airport and from the airport go to accommodation rather than come here for 2 weeks and try to find in 2 weeks apartment, what is difficult. So
Especially through the Greek websites, which may be a lot bureaucratic for my own experience.
based when you don't know where to search,
Yeah.
like, and as we have a partnership with the universities, as we have well-known brands and trustworthy brand just because we are 5 years helping people, foreigners in life in Athens, they check the website, they see that we are having a nice offers with reasonable prices.
Yeah.
Of course, we try to have the best options for them, but also there are limited
Yeah.
apartments which we can offer. And honestly, I can see that more and more people contact in each year. And basically they have a trust to us, to our name, to our brand. As we help them with another life parts in Athens, such as explanation about life in Athens, Greece, and many different things for the first days of arrival. And for the owners, it's just another way how they can promote their apartments to help them
Yeah.
to rent it. So the first one for the owners is to help them to rent it. Second, to share the know-how which we have from our experience as foreigners, how to do it in the best way. Third one that we usually also take care during the period of their stay about the contact with the tenants. People talk with us, and then maybe they will contact owner directly. But we try to help them and provide them all information about the apartment before the booking
Yeah.
and during the stay to help them.
Basically, you make it more such a smooth transition for them.
Smooth and reducing
Fast. And less stressful.
less stressful, or let's say, to reduce the time which the owner will invest
Yeah.
with people who might ask many questions.
Yeah.
They ask us,
And you take care of
and
it.
we take care of that. We try, of course, to show all potential answers in our description of the room, of
Yeah.
the studio, and so on. Another important aspect for the owners is some owners they don't live here.
Yeah. That's
So
the case of
basically
many
they
that
just invest here in Greece and they have some properties, some apartments, and we take care about the apartment. The checking, checkout, maintenance service, that's
Yeah.
how we call it.
small repairs and stuff.
Small repairs, cleaning, and basically the owner is relaxed. We have the agreements, and the owner doesn't have to be physically here.
Yeah. Now, just to close this video, as it's getting too long, I believe, just give me fast 3 main areas for students in Athens. The 3 that come to your mind.
Based on ELA housing,
Yeah.
experience, Exarchia,
My area.
Victoria,
Okay.
Omonia,
3. Yeah. Okay. If you want to say more, you say.
and I cannot skip the real city center, which is
Yeah.
called Monastiraki Sintagma,
See,
because
yeah.
it would be unprofessional to say. I'm focused about one more time Exarchia, Omonia,
That's
and
amazing.
Victoria. Why? Because it's close to city center. There is a really well transportation, metro, buses, and the biggest university.
And the cost benefit as well is much cheaper than Sintagma Monastery.
We could talk more about this. Maybe next video. Yeah, let's focus about the areas.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's the main areas. That was the video for today. I will just drop on the description of this video the links for ELA housing, the Instagram pages, and everything. Thank you.